The years 1933 to 1945 cast a shadow of chaos over Germany. Citizens lived in constant fear, with the Gestapo as an ominous presence. Imagine a knock echoing through the stillness of the night, a knock that could shatter the tranquility and plunge you into a web of dread and danger. Imagine a single question, a question laden with the weight of life and death, hanging over your head like a sword ready to strike. These creeping terrors haunted those unfortunate souls entangled in a dark chapter of history. But what were the techniques that drove this reign of terror? Welcome to Pastflix. You're about to embark on a chilling journey, peeling back the layers of the past to uncover the unimaginable. Beyond the horrific violence, you'll discover how Gestapo used hidden eyes and whispered lies to bring disaster. The Gestapo's emergence unraveled a chapter in history marked by secrecy and power. Like prying open a forgotten vault, it exposed a world of intrigue, fear, and an insatiable thirst for control. Formed in 1933 under Adolf Hitler's reign, the Gestapo was a tool of ruthless dominance, conceived by Hermann Göring to stifle opposition within Prussia. Heinrich Himmler succeeded Göring, propelling the Gestapo's influence beyond Prussia's borders. Alongside Reinhard Heydrich, Himmler molded the Gestapo into an instrument of terror, enforcing distorted Nazi ideals with unchecked authority. Despite its modest size of around 16,000 agents, the Gestapo wielded fear effectively, suppressing dissent through psychological warfare and executing Hitler's directives for a decade. They targeted dissidents, Jews, Romani, homosexuals, and Jehovah's Witnesses. The atrocities and strategies they employed would leave you shocked. Within the chilling silence of the Gestapo's interrogation rooms, victims faced terrifying methods designed to extract secrets. Every step of the interrogator and each creak of steel doors signaled impending agony. Understanding these ruthless tactics provides a glimpse into the abyss of the Gestapo's cruelty. Psychological terror was a favored tool. Detainees were thrust into a world of fear and helplessness. Cells strategically placed near interrogation rooms amplified others' screams as a sinister prelude. Rudolf Diels, the first Gestapo chief, chillingly said, "Infliction of punishment is not every man's job." Their brutality extended beyond psychology to physical harm. Beatings and punishment aimed to break spirits for information. The concentration chair, binding victims for hours, induced breakdowns due to fatigue and discomfort. Gestapo's cruelty had an organized bureaucracy. Techniques were cataloged, creating clinical brutality. Enhanced interrogation included simulated drowning and starvation. Their reach extended beyond individuals. Loved ones were threatened, exposing the Gestapo's insidious influence on families. Whispers from those who endured the Gestapo's horrors echo through time, a grim reminder of humanity's descent for power. Notably, two individuals stand as harrowing examples of this history of punishment. During World War II, Henriette B. Lorentzen, a Norwegian journalist and resistance member, faced Gestapo's torment. Despite her pregnancy, she endured beatings while restrained, a pillow under her stomach. Miraculously, she gave birth but was sent to Ravensbrück concentration camp, leaving her child with her sister. Al Eichen, another victim, tragically died from punishment injuries. Under brutal interrogations, Eichen sustained severe abuse. Visible marks and injuries were documented, including bruising and grazing on various body parts. Although he was the sole casualty directly from punishment, others succumbed to their injuries in captivity. The cases are nothing compared to the role the Gestapo played in the Night of the Long Knives. Within the gears of the Nazi regime's terror machine, the Gestapo stood as a pivotal cog, orchestrating chilling operations that left indelible marks on time. Foremost among these is the notorious Night of the Long Knives, spanning 4 fateful days from June 30th to July 2nd, 1934. This purge aimed to quell perceived threats within their own ranks. While the SS and regular police played roles, The Gestapo played a critical role in identifying and apprehending these victims. This grim episode, the Röhm Putsch, targeted the SA leadership and political opponents. With over 150 killed and many arrested, Hitler's fear of SA's power and potential coup drove the massacre. Strained relations between the conservative elite and the SA, coupled with the latter's radical aspirations, culminated in a bloody clash. Arrests and executions transpired, showcasing the Gestapo's ruthless role in suppressing opposition. Over the ensuing days, much of the SA leadership was apprehended and executed without trial. Röhm initially offered clemency, was later coerced into suicide or execution. Choosing neither, he was shot dead by 2 SS guards on July 1, 1934. While the focus of the purge was the SA, it provided an opportunity for the Nazis to eliminate other political adversaries, including former Chancellor Kurt von Schleicher. Yet, the Gestapo's role in implementing the final solution is one of the most chilling episodes of their dark legacy. This final solution marked the tragic apex of Nazi scheme to exterminate Jews in Europe systematically. Gestapo played a crucial role in identifying, apprehending, and transporting Jews to concentration and extermination camps. Among these heart-wrenching operations was the mass deportation of Jews from the Warsaw Ghetto to the Treblinka extermination camp during the bleak summer of 1942. With eerie bureaucratic precision, they executed this horrific task. The Gestapo's resolve remained unbroken even in the face of impending defeat as Allied forces tightened their grip. Their merciless suppression of the Warsaw Uprising in 1944 showcased their unwavering allegiance to the Nazi cause, even as their own world crumbled. After 63 days of relentless battle, the rebellion was quashed, and the city's remaining inhabitants were deported, transforming Warsaw into a desolate ghost town. Acts of violence. The Gestapo used cunning strategy used to control the people and gather information. Imagine a society where trust crumbled, not due to an external foe, but due to the secret police's hidden eyes and whispered lies. In Nazi Germany, this was the reality under the Gestapo's watchful gaze. Fear and suspicion were their tools, infiltrating daily life through surveillance and propaganda. The Gestapo's reach spread across the nation and occupied territories. They used informants from all walks of life, from neighbors to coerced prisoners. Surveillance wasn't just physical. Communications were tapped and letters intercepted. As Heinrich Himmler noted, escaping their gaze was like fleeing one's shadow. Yet, the Gestapo's power went beyond watching and shaped perceptions through propaganda. Spearheaded by Joseph Goebbels, they portrayed themselves as Aryan protectors. Movies like Gestapo painted them as defenders of purity. Propaganda painted targets as threats to German purity, legitimizing the Gestapo's brutal methods for the Reich's survival. The Letters to the Gestapo campaign amplified this paranoia, encouraging citizens to report on others. It boosted surveillance and fostered fear. The Gestapo's rule was built on fear, backed by surveillance, and fortified by propaganda. This insidious blend created a society where intrusion was the norm, and deviation led to dire consequences. The chilling quote by Heinrich Müller, "People should be afraid of the police," epitomized their era, where hidden eyes and whispered lies reigned supreme. All the unimaginable horrors and strategies culminated in one of the saddest events in human history, the Holocaust. The Holocaust, a grim chapter in humanity's history, casts a dark shadow that refuses to fade. The Gestapo played a sinister role within this grim tale, often hidden behind the scenes, but with a hand that set the gears of destruction in motion. In the infamous 1938 Kristallnacht, known as the Night of Broken Glass, the Gestapo's hand triggered violence, destroying Jewish properties and arresting thousands. As the Holocaust's horrors intensified, the Gestapo's involvement deepened. They identified, arrested, and transported Jews to their doom. In ghettos like Warsaw and Lodz, they efficiently gathered victims for mass deportations to death camps. Even in occupied places like France, the Gestapo worked with local forces to deport thousands, including children, to their deaths. Resistance was met with unyielding pursuit, exemplified by Anne Frank's arrest. The Gestapo's dark legacy persisted till the Holocaust's end. In Hungary, they orchestrated the rapid deportation of hundreds of thousands. Gestapo's horrific deeds did not stop in Germany. The occupied nations also fell victim to their brutality. As the storm of World War II raged, Nazi Germany's grasp stretched across Europe, leaving behind a chilling trail of occupied nations. Amid this territorial expansion, the shadow of the Gestapo lengthened, altering the landscapes forever. In the east, Poland became a chilling laboratory for the Gestapo's terror. Following the 1939 invasion, cities like Warsaw were gripped by their methods. Notably, the forest near Palmyra witnessed hundreds of Poles executed for resisting, etching the Gestapo's brutality into history. Further west, Paris dimmed under the Gestapo's rule as France was occupied. The Vel d'Hiv roundup's chilling echoes reminded the French of their power. In Norway, resistance fighters like Jan Balsrud faced down the Gestapo in their rugged landscapes, becoming symbols of unyielding spirit. Czechoslovakia bore the weight too, with the Gestapo's vengeance seen after Heydrich's assassination. Lidice and Ležáky's devastation illustrated their ruthless reach. These tales paint the Gestapo's narrative in occupied lands, a spectral presence, an iron fist, a scar on history. This is Pastflix, and we'll see you next time.